Welcome back to Secrets Between the Stars.
We're back.
We're so back. My name's Corey. I'm your host and GM. Let's go around and introduce our players and characters. We'll start on my right.
I'm Logan. I play Doc, the Kasatha Nanosite bounty hunter. Fun fact about Doc, he's not good at retelling jokes. It's one of those, like, either he will mess up the way of doing it, or he starts laughing so hard because he remembers how good the joke is and just can't get through it.
I used to do that all the time in, like, middle and high school. It's like I had to learn how to not do that.
That's me. Oh.
I'm Gary. I play Aster, the Redacted Solarian. And, this week, as many of us do, I was thinking about Disney original channel movies. Yeah. And I thought to myself,
I'm so excited for the segue.
It's a Carrie segue, so
it's gonna be a banger.
I thought to myself, if I had to cast Aster in any film that I saw,
sure.
And it helps that I found the Aster playlist I have is nothing but pop punk covers, or pop punk covers of like pop songs and stuff, and one of them is Bet On It from High School Musical 2. So let me tell you, Troy Bolton and Aster, I feel like would be kindred spirits. Aster, he doesn't want to just fight, he also wants to do other things.
He wants to dance on a golf course.
Aggressively. Just imagine him in the desert. I'm not gonna stop. So
Slaps the sand.
It becomes glass.
Slaps a worm.
That's gonna be an animatic.
That's great. That's what I believe in my true heart of hearts.
There you go. Another way that Aster is hot. He is Zac Efron. We found the casting for Aster. It's Zac Efron.
Hi, I'm Riley. I play Clementine, the Raxolite envoy and captain of this motley crew. And fun fact about Clementine, when she was on the ring, early in her time as a Lori, she auditioned at a community theater on the ring, and it was for their production of Space Grease, Spreece.
Grease.
And she did not get cast. She cannot sing.
You changed so much. But grease. Starships use grease, right?
No, this one's spelled after the country that we don't have. And I imagine it's Greece. So S-E-G-R, 4 consonants in a row.
My big fat Greek wedding.
Nobody knows what it means, but it feels right.
Hey, who are you?
I'm Marcus. I play Valia, the KL operative sniper. My fun fact is that when Valia was a teenager and she first went to go get her pilot's license, she aced it on the first try. She went into the DSMV and just
driving space mobile vehicles.
Did the parallel parking in the spaceship, did 3-point turn on the spaceship, and passed it flying colors. And the person who was administering the test was really surprised that this young woman who is quiet and reserved could be so good at a spaceship. But the secret was that Volley had been stealing spaceships and just joyriding them.
She learned how to drive when she was 6.
This was pure formality.
Love that.
It's gotta be a
she
little
could stop
legal,
getting pulled over.
Yeah.
My name is Corey. I'm your host and GM, and my fun fact is that you guys should watch Mob Psycho 100. It's a good show. With that, let's get into the episode.
That's fundamental about Corey, actually.
I have the first 99 of them.
Yeah, actually, it's even longer than One Piece. Last week, my notes for last week are literally 2 paragraphs. Last week, the party reconvened and talked to each other about everything that they learned in between their space dreams, their fist fights that weren't really fully acknowledged, and anything else that kind of happened there. The popping up of a brother of a former murder victim. These all of them talked together, talked about what happened, and then Hikari woke up and began thrashing around, thinking he was stuck like that forever. After calming him down and conversing with him, and Patty conveniently bringing in some paperwork at just the perfect time, they all noticed that on the back of these notes of this of the file that was stolen from the vault was a map with a location that seemed to be a few days' travel away from where the party currently is. With that, they all began moving out. And then the Flame Man from like 4 episodes ago showed up. I don't think he had a name. Or no, he did. It was Apollo. Nobody asked. But that was his
That's
name.
why he was so mad.
We don't have time.
He showed up, summoned 3 giant fire elementals that looked identical to him, and the party began to fight him, and he revealed he had a bomb strapped to his chest at the end, and it blew up. As that happened, Baylor showed up, said, "You're mine," to Chip, and then teleported away. And that is where the party is now. Fellas, you 4 find yourself wandering the desert. Your cart that you had has completely burned to ash. The trip is going to take you
Ages.
about 5 days. The trip is going to take you about 5 days to trek through this very harsh desert wasteland. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple things. Predominantly, you guys are going to all roll me survival checks. This is going to count for each day. Depending on what happens, some effects might take place. You cannot handle those effects. Like, you cannot heal yourself or anything like that if something were to happen along those lines until you have finished traveling. The idea is that you're spending this much time traveling that you cannot properly stop to handle any circumstances that come up. So, I will ask that all 4 of you please give me survival checks for your first day out in the desert.
I got a synthetic 20.
Very nice.
29.
Very nice.
26.
Okay.
Now that we're level 11,
Yes.
something I haven't done in a season, I get to add a D6 to this roll.
Whoa!
I know. How?
Getting that D6?
Okay, so that's a 17 total.
17 total.
I rolled a 5, a 5, and then a +7.
With a 17 total, you all are walking through the desert. The sand is beating down, or the sun rather is beating down on you. Sand is whipping at your face as these intense winds blow. You find yourself getting a little more tired and beat down as this happens. You will all take 7 damage. This is not any damage type. This is just from both exhaustion and the intense heat. You'll take 7 damage from both the sun, the winds, the sands, all of that. This goes to stamina, not health, as you find yourself tracking through this and being able to set up camp near the end of the day. That concludes day 1. Day 2, I'd like you all to roll me a survival check one more time.
Natural.
Ooh, very nice.
35.
12.
12 total.
Yeah.
18.
18. And Aster?
I was reading my toughness feat, but this doesn't apply. It's darn close, though. If we're rolling fortitude saves or anything like that, I'd have some bonuses.
So sorry.
Oh! Got stuck.
Is it stuck in there again?
Yes, it landed right on the top
You
here.
just space grease that up, dude.
Yeah, I got
Grease.
Yes, grease that up. Some
Oh,
grease.
space lightning. That's a 7. That's better than a 5. That's okay. So that's a 12. So that is a what's a 12 plus 7? 19.
19. You all are feeling a little more rejuvenated after being able to rest through the night, and you track through. Now the environment is shifting from just being like regular sand to now there's like hard rock underneath your footing. It's not difficult to walk on, but it's not as comfortable to walk on as there's lots more jagged parts coming up. You all feel that same exhaustion that you had felt yesterday, taking another 4 damage, no damage type, and you are all now fatigued as well.
Do we have the condition cards?
I can at least pull that up.
Thank you.
We'll have to share one card.
Yes. I think they're over here. You know what? I'll grab them for you if you guys want to give me another survival check.
Alright, thank you.
Let me. I know I can put up like. There you go. Domes. Thank you.
There we go.
With my nanites, I can make like 3 dome structures. I'm gonna see how big it is to see if we can all like sleep in it.
Oh, that's a lot better.
Let's go.
Double digits.
Let's go.
Let's freaking go.
I got a natural 20 for 35.
Woo! Very nice.
11.
11 total.
Yes.
Less very nice.
29.
Much nicer.
27.
27.
That's a good group average.
That's a good group average. And with that amazing group
GGA.
average, you don't take anything. You all are able to walk through this desert. You are able to find where these rocks and cliffs and edges are. They fully just cover over all of you. So you're not as directly in the sun, and because there's not as much sand, the wind that's blowing through just feels a lot more refreshing. It is a much nicer trek through.
Clem was having a really hard time, but he managed to just like walk in the shade behind the taller
Yes.
people.
This is where I imagine one of the armor upgrades that Aster got. He kind of like got like the really important ones he was thinking of. He had one more, and he didn't really know what to do right before they were leaving the ring, and just gotten this big payday. So Aster, in the spirit of his friend Gizmo, not a cheek pouch, but he got a pet carrier on his armor, and it can specifically hold creatures that are a foot tall.
Yep.
So if she gets really tired, she can just chill in his armor for a little bit.
This is great.
The trick
You've
is
got
you have
a
to
Bjorn
leave her
for
in there in
Clem.
non-stressful conditions so that
Yes.
she learns.
That's That's the mobile captain's quarters.
Oh my gosh, that's
He's
so
just
funny.
holding her close. All right. You guys are now entering your third day.
We're losing count, guys.
Third.
We
You're
gotta
now
get
entering
out
your
of here.
third day. I will need one more survival check.
Dawn of the third day.
Ooh. That's the worst one yet.
My
Let's
dice
go.
are not my friend.
I love to
today.
hear that.
Ooh.
What did everybody get?
9 total.
9 total.
I got another natural 20.
You're built different. It's a total of what?
35.
35.
12.
12.
31.
31. You are all passing through. The sand returns once again. There's no sign of any source, and the heat today is extreme. It is brutal. You all take the fatigue one more time. You are now exhausted. And as well as you will be taking, let's see, 7 damage on ignoring any immunities.
7.
7 damage.
Wow, this is awful, actually.
Yep.
I thought
Welcome.
wandering the desert aimlessly was not gonna be
Fun fact,
hard.
the other side of the fatigue card is
Yeah.
exhausted.
Oh, I didn't know you were looking for that. I could have told you that. I saw the word exhausted.
Live and learn,
The
man.
opening line is, "You are very tired."
Yes.
I
This
know,
is
but-
this is some brutal heat. As
Gracious.
another night passes, I will need you all to make me a survival check once again.
Don't get much better than that.
That's 17.
17 total.
34.
34 is pretty good.
22.
22.
I was trying to look it up, but does fatigued or exhausted affect any of survival checks?
Exhausted should not for survival checks because those are in or no, it is ability checks. So you do apply this.
Well,
It's
Strength and dex based.
yeah.
Oh, my bad. I
think
didn't read the
survival
full
is
thing.
intelligence.
that's
based.
wisdom. So
Wisdom.
okay,
Yeah,
so
so
I
you're
can-
good then.
Yeah. I got a 29
29.
or 28. Sorry.
28.
This changes things.
Everything's different now.
It could be the thing that adjusts that.
I'll tell you,
average.
it was.
Crap!
You guys begin.
No.
You guys are tracking through the desert. You can feel that you are approaching your area, as this has been days and days of travel. On a cart that you did have originally, this would have been a lot easier. Unfortunately, went up in a bonfire. You all take nothing too crazy,
James
just another
bonfire.
7 damage as the sun and wind whips against you.
And I assume none of this has gone away after sleeping overnight.
No, this is, you guys are you're not sleeping restfully. You guys are not able to properly really patch yourself up, as you need to get there You can heal yourself, but then you'll just get re-damaged again in the direct sunlight. So that all happens one more time, a final time, if you will, for one last survival check.
Now I can say dawn of the final day.
Yes. Okay.
19.
19.
This dice is cheating.
But at least
another
it's in your
35.
favor.
Another dude, you're going crazy.
I'm
today.
using all of them for the season right now.
That's 29.
29.
30.
30. That is much better. As you guys, having learned from the previous days, you are approaching this area that it looks more like those rocks that you had seen again, but way off in the distance. These are rocks that look like they were like forced to form almost, like they have like holes inside of them. These are not like structurally sound rocks, and these look more like spikes that are. These are more like spikes that are shooting out of the ground, almost like as if they're teeth.
Does one of them look like a thumb?
One of them looks like a thumbs up with a circle around it. And as you are approaching this, you guys fully pass. You do not take any damage or any more penalties here. You find yourself approaching these massive rock formations that are just have a whole cliff kind of surrounded by them. I will need it can either be one of you or the group again to do a perception check.
Let's do
Group.
We'll all go together.
What did everybody get me?
36.
36.
26.
26.
I'm running my calcs. Hold on.
You got this.
He's running the numbers.
28.
28.
35.
35. With that, you guys are kind of all scanning over you're near where this circled location was. Whatever this base is, Hikari described it as a hangar. You're near where the hangar is, but with this group effort, you're not quite able to find where it is. So you will need to spend another day in the desert.
How could this thing be so hidden? It's supposed to be a big hangar. How are we missing it?
I mean,
Is it buried or something?
it's not uncommon for the desert to bury things in sand. If it's been here a long time, like, ships haven't left this planet in a long time. That's a lot of time for sand to just do what it does.
Valia, since you had the thought, if you would like, you can give me I will give you either survival or perception one more time.
Perception.
Yeah, either one of those.
Perception. Okay. It's a 16 plus 25. Is that
So 41. Yeah.
41. Okay, with a 41, looking at your surroundings as you guys are sitting at camp with the stars just hanging over you, you're looking around, and where you guys were looking before was out in the open areas and just kind of traveling out to see if anything would pop up on a horizon at some point. But where there should be some more focus is this rocky area that seems a little more treacherous, but if somebody were to hide something somewhere, it would be within these rocky spires that are popping out.
Guys, I don't know. Maybe we're looking in the wrong place. Like, we're in a desert, but those rocks over there are like the only. I mean, everything else is sand. Maybe we should, I don't know, go that way since it's like the only thing that's different around here.
It's something.
At least we might be able to, get out of the sand.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. So you guys have another day ahead of you of looking for it. What I will say is, since you're all exhausted and you guys have a general idea of where you want to try, you can do a group check again where you all go out, or you can have one person go out there. It'll be a more difficult DC, but the three of you can rest. So it goes from exhausted to fatigued.
Gambling. What
Doc
do
will volunteer to do the solo mission.
How good at spotting things are you?
I have an 18 perception and a 15 survival. And I know the desert pretty well. But also, you guys depend on your strength and dex a lot more than Doc does. Doc's is all constitution.
And if you want to go first, I can certainly take another look if.
Oh
we
yeah, if
have
I
more
don't
luck
do
today.
it, somebody else should try.
Yeah.
Instead of contributing to the conversation, Aster is lying on the ground, and as he tries to talk, just lots of sand coming out of his mouth.
First time in the desert.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll do it.
All right, you three are now. You have gone from exhausted to fatigued. Doc, you are still exhausted, but I will give you either a survival or a perception, whichever one you would prefer.
Perception.
Absolutely.
Let's go. I rolled 9. For a total of 27.
Total of 27 will not pass, unfortunately, as you're looking around and you just can't. You keep getting lost. It's maze-like how these rocks are jutting out, and it's just they form corners almost that is able for you to turn around, find a dead end, and then have to try to backtrack.
So are we basically like in a rocky maze now?
It's almost like it's like a naturally formed maze where it is just the shapes of these spires and the density of them does make it kind of confusing to really get your place without being able to tell where like the horizon is and where the camp is.
Doc will punch walls as he goes along, just to
Okay.
leave little markers of where I've been.
Okay.
Doc was here.
Kyle
I'm
method.
curious. In terms of the sense of scale, are we like walking through like caves like the size of a hallway, or are these like rocks and they're like the size of like a mountain? that
They're
we're,
like
walking
these are
between?
almost like skyscraper like tall. Like these are massive just rocks that are jutting out like that.
Okay.
I know I keep saying the same words, but it's the best way I can really describe is how like these look like the sharp teeth of an animal that are like shooting out of the ground. So Doc makes his way back to camp,
Yeah.
unable to find anything. What would you guys like to do now?
I mean, guys, I could try flying, getting high up and seeing if that helps, but these are pretty dang tall.
I'll be honest. I think I forgot you could do that. It's so hot.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to at least like if you can get to the top, then I don't know, maybe the bird's eye view would at least give us a better direction.
Yeah.
Anybody got binoculars?
I do.
There you go.
Okay, so you're
Things I bought in season 1 paying off.
somewhere there's a dermal stapler.
Somewhere. I think Chip has that.
it.
What if we need to staple our dermals?
Anyways, I fly up.
Okay, so you fly. You take the binoculars and everything.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so then you three resting again. You two are now not fatigued. You are just down to fatigued. You will be going back up to exhausted.
Oh, wait a second.
Yes.
This is awful, actually.
Well, here, actually, you know what? I'm sorry. Before you go back up to exhausted, make me either a perception or a survival check.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me do math here.
Can only assume your perception is better than your survival.
Yeah, I'd have to
Or city
get.
slickers.
I'd have to get a 6 on the d6 that I add, a 6 or a 5 to make it better. My survival better than my perception, where perception's just a straight 12.
The binoculars do give you a +1 to vision-based perception checks.
Hey.
This is a vision-based perception check.
Aha! It's
Yeah.
perfect for this. Let me lock in real quick.
We got this.
Okay, that's not bad. That's double digits. That is 12. That's probably not going to.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So-
10.
12.
Still in the lower.
That's lower than Doc's. That's a 25.
25, yeah. Well, you know what? Well,
Do I get the bonus of I can fly and I'm flying up?
okay. Yes and no. What I will give you is,
I sure am high.
you're high up there, and with the binoculars, you are looking around trying to find it. You cannot find this hangar at all. But what you do notice are seem to be like tire marks around. When you go deeper into this rocky area, there seem to be tire marks in sand, and signs of like some of the spires have been hit by something, and like parts of them have broken off. Like they definitely seems like there's more. Something is over there rather than like this whole frontal area of it.
Okay, I will make my way back down and back to camp.
You fly back down and relay to everybody else.
So you guys want to head follow these tire marks, or do you think that's worth it?
I mean, that's probably in the direction of the hangar. I mean, if you're gonna drive something through here, you'd want to go for shelter.
It's better than nothing, and I'm really
I mean,
tired.
At this point, any sign of life is a sign of life.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, at least then maybe we'll find a road or direction or help.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some options here. You guys can once again go as a group. Now you have more direction. You're welcome to go in as a group and start walking through to try to see if you can find it. Or if you want to once again send one person in to go take a look and then relay back to the group, you
I'll
can do
go
that.
out this time.
Okay. So Astor, you can stay. You are now from exhausted to fatigued.
Okay, that's a 16 for another.
19.
It's a 19.
Marcus does roll good out of
So
combat.
that's gonna be what, a 34.
Take a rifle out of his hand.
No, wait, 19.
Marcus should have been pacifist.
Yeah, 44.
With a 44, yeah. You were able to track through using your binoculars.
45 then.
45! You're able,
That makes the difference.
given Astor's direction on roughly of where this could be, you're able to head in there and you see that there are clear tire tracks. And with those binoculars, as you are looking around over the horizon, between a lot of these rocky spires, you see a large rusted metal hangar. And what I will also give you is with a 45, because that's my skill DC says level 20, average check is 33, so you pass that by a lot. So what I will also say with a 45 is that as you peer and you kind of just let out like a yes, like as you finally find it,
Polly like drops to her knees. Is like, yes, deepest sigh of relief.
you do that, and as you're looking up at the sky, you see that there is a massive creature moving between these rocky spires. This thing is huge. It is almost as tall as the spires themselves, as it is going through, and you see large tentacles hanging out from underneath it. And what I will need from you,
Polly does a reverse motion and goes, no,
I need you to give me a fortitude saving throw.
no.
You know, I think I hate it.
Yeah,
I'm getting there. Yep.
yeah. Don't like it
Confirmed.
anymore.
Buffering.
It's smiling.
Okay.
The luck's over.
Maybe it's honest.
Worse.
What'd you get?
Have they caught up to you?
Marcus got a new character sheet.
Yeah, so it's a 2.
Very nice.
For a total of 8.
Okay, with a total of 8, you feel when you remember back when you were in Timur's facility, there was this radiation that was leaking through the entire walls, and you feel almost exactly that again
Don't turn
as
into
you
a
are
bird.
beginning to be radiated.
Nope.
Which I will tell you the effects of in a minute here, but you definitely feel that radiation is beginning to move into your body, and you need to probably start booking
Running.
it.
We're running.
Yes.
Sprinting.
So you make it back to camp, and you can relay it to everyone else on what you just learned.
Did
Good news. I saw a big rusting building. I think I found where we need to go. Bad news, it's like over the horizon. Worst news, there's some giant thing coming and it's blasting radiation everywhere.
No!
did I go from fatigued to not fatigued?
Yes, and you guys, if you were fatigued, then you're back to normal.
Yay.
And then you were exhausted, so now you're back down to fatigue.
No.
Okay.
It looked like some kind of, I don't know, it was like a flying octopus that's the size of these rocks.
Ew.
And
How do you live
radiation.
here, man?
Live here? For just such reason.
This moon is so freaky.
I want to leave. I decided, I thought I was having a fun time in town, but then everything outside of town is pretty awful. So I think I'll take my chances on the freaking ring, man.
You could probably count on, I don't know, 3 hands the number of people that want to live here.
You have 4 hands. I know. That's most of your hands. More than my hands.
Yeah, but that's only like Hang on. It's only like 12 people.
As you guys count reasons to live, coming to a surprisingly low number.
We have a rose and are picking petals off.
We're in the sandhill.
Reasons to live, reasons to not.
Valia as a goth can produce a rose at any moment.
It is a black rose.
Yes.
You hear the most 80s Japanese pop song playing. Very melodramatic.
Just an anime outro.
A lot of synth. It is very synth.
Valia has a Naruto AMV playing right next to her.
But it has to start off with an intro of Cascadas every time we touch.
Yes. Which is like a PowerPoint intro.
Yes!
So was it on the way? Should we run?
Well, yeah, what was it?
It seemed to just be kind of hanging out. It did not seem to even really notice you too much.
But it was kind of. Is it?
It's like
direct
directly
line?
in front of that thing.
Yeah, it's we'd have to go straight through it. But it didn't seem to be moving for better or for worse. So unfortunately, it's not coming, but it's also not like clearing the path.
I think we found his new guard dog.
Guard octopus.
Oh, I'll think of a different name when we see it.
And possibly some kind of guard dio activity.
What?
Remember when we were with Timmer and there was like radiation? And
I don't want to turn into a frog again.
you're kind of going out there and you're getting like that staticky feeling. Yeah, it's dangerous. In fact, I didn't necessarily establish that it was in fact the monster that's radioactive. We could be, these rocks could be like radioactive. Or I don't know, maybe.
If I turn into a frog, I'm gonna be so mad.
I can take a lot in stride. Y'all told me some wild tales, but you told me this was the first place you run into magic. What do you mean?
You don't know the effects of radiation?
I'm still not sure what you are.
I'm a plant! I'm a Rexalite!
All right, that's good, that's
I
good.
just imagine you saying I'm gonna turn into a frog again, and then we're making a sequel.
Now,
I'm still not sure what you are. I'm a plant. Okay.
There was some radiation. It made me frog-like. It made Valia bird-like. She might still have some of those effects.
what did it do to you?
He handled it, although he was unconscious for a lot of it.
Possibly unrelated to the radiation.
Yeah. He just kind of passed out. Why did you pass out?
Well, that's because the evil hilt was talking to me.
Oh yeah.
Doc takes his notebook and just throws it into the sand.
Aster picks it up for you. Hey, you dropped this.
Thank you, Aster.
You know, the evil sword hilt guy was talking to me. But like I said, neutral right now.
So he's still around?
No, we killed him, I think. Yeah, we killed him.
No.
I had to think about it.
Doc is gonna do like a very brief oral exam for schizophrenia.
Yeah, give me a life science check, I guess.
Medicine or
What's a
something.
Or
mental health
medicine.
check?
Medicine or life science.
DSM check.
It's a 31.
The 31, they don't got it.
Pretty good.
Things were weird on the ring.
Yeah, things are weird everywhere. I've lived in 2 deserts my life. Boy, howdy, is this one weirder than the last
You
one?
went from one desert to another?
I have dreams.
No wonder you don't know what I am!
I had such dreams.
You know what they say? The sand is always less hot on the other side.
It ain't! It ain't! You ever...
It's the same
It's
sand
the
on both
same
sides.
side. It all turns to glass in the end, my friend.
Guys, I think we're falling apart.
Do you think of standing out in the sun with no food and no water for 7,
I'm
10
wilting,
days
Valia.
has
you
had
do
an
that?
effect on our mental
Look at
condition?
these petals!
all of this, and you don't have your emotional support robot.
I learned that
miss
spider
Chip.
milk is as durable as regular milk. I can't drink it, and it's making me really sad.
Are you lactose intolerant?
No, the milk's been sitting in the desert for a million years.
I think the reason you can't drink it right now is because it's solid.
Did you bring spider milk?
I wanted to see if it traveled well. And the answer is a resounding no when you're in the desert for a week.
Can we make spider cheese?
I don't want to think about that.
I think
Oh my god.
I would rather be irradiated than sit here and have everything I know called into question for 5 more minutes.
I've never heard a more Drake and Jaws conversation.
That's a banger line.
That is such a good
Arcadis cooked.
Oh, my belly.
Oh, I need to put you guys in the desert more often. You all get weirdly defensive.
It's the heat, man.
Guys, we gotta reel it in a little bit. Okay.
All right.
So giant squid monster emits radiation in front of where we need to go. Is that gonna stop us from where we need to go?
Heck no. Wait, morally or physically?
We might be able to find a way around it.
I'm so sweaty.
Aster's gonna start walking.
Oh, all right.
Oh my god.
There's only so much a man can take.
So, since we know like the rough direction we need to go, would it be feasible for us to maintain knowledge of a direction and try to find a route around this monster if it's not moving?
The monster was moving. It was like very just slowly moving, but it was like moving.
Guys, I lied.
I'm
it was
sorry.
very slowly moving.
Okay. All right.
Well, maybe we can... If we can figure out what it likes, maybe we can lure it away. Like, I don't know what radiation squids eat, but maybe we can figure something out.
That one stunned them.
Well, it's gotta eat something.
If one of you wants to give me a survival check, I'll let you do it. Or a life science check to figure out if you can think what this thing wants to eat.
Well, you're the one who lives here, so
I sure am.
We truly are missing the intelligence-based character in this episode.
I guess I could I do like a recall knowledge on something I might have read in the library if I've been looking through just books around the area?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that'd be like life science or...
Yeah, I would give you. I would say roll to library. Yeah, I would say life science if you want to do it that way.
Actually, I can also look up the other things.
Well, I'm looking at
I believe
them.
in you.
Yeah.
Rolling,
Computers.
Rolling. Get those dice are rolling.
All right, so who you rolled and you rolled?
I haven't rolled yet.
You didn't roll yet. Okay.
18.
18. Okay.
25.
25. Your books did not say anything about big radiation squids. A lot of what you read were like, some of it was like ecology of the place, but a lot of it was like folk heroes of the desert moon and some of the simpler wildlife that live around there. Then like how to like the equivalent of like how to properly skin a rabbit, stuff kind of like that. But nothing about like
Nothing useful.
yeah, nothing about like 30-foot tall giant floating squids.
Yeah. I only saw how
What
to...
to feed your giant squid.
I saw like aquatic giant squids and how to skin aquatic giant squids, but not flying.
Must have been in the next
desert
volume.
squids, yeah. But as far as the most I can probably infer is that a desert squid, which clearly does not need water, is very different from an aquatic squid.
Which does not need desert.
Yeah.
Aster's not having a good time right now.
We need rest.
Okay, so Doc, what'd you get total? You
25.
said 25. Also, same. You are not without knowing this thing or having ever seen it. You can't really properly guess. You can assume it is a carnivore.
Yeah.
But even that's just an assumption on its own.
We could spend time trying to find something to lure it over to it and have it eat it instead, or we could just try to get past it.
Yeah. Whatever's simpler.
We haven't
Spockham's razor.
seen like other
any
much
life.
life at all, even like worms or anything, right?
I would say like while you were traveling, you would like over the past like 5 days, you've seen some wildlife like just kind of scattered around, but no big worms. You're kind of moving away from worm country. Like the worms tend to stay on the more eastern side of the moon. You guys are heading westward, and there's not as many. There's like random, again, space rabbit equivalents and stuff, but no like big creatures that you've had to worry about. What are you guys happening? What's happening with you guys, huh?
I said whatever simpler, Spockham's razor instead of Occam's razor. He's just trying so hard not to laugh.
He's a professional. He's keeping it in.
We're busy learning about the coastal warfare between space squids and space worms.
Space worms.
I wouldn't consider them space rabbits so much as spares.
Just in case.
I keep
Or to be
walking
spared.
forward.
Alright, so you guys.
Is this an all the time thing, or is this just because of the desert?
Is this forever?
This is the longest we've had an extended period of time on a mission together, and it's about 50-50 sometimes. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
You four begin making your way towards where the giant squids are. What are you gonna do to prepare? What are you going to do to? I'll say that there's no exhaustion or fatigue happening from this one. So any status ailments you have remain where they are. You did not like fully rest, or you didn't spend a whole day resting. You just spent the night resting like normal. But you're not gonna be worse by the end, like by moving out.
I want to distribute some healing serums so that we can all get as close to full as we can.
Sure.
So I have 6 Mark IIs, 6 Mark IIIs, and 2 Mark Is.
Do those heal stamina?
Those are HP.
Dang
Yes.
it. Never mind.
I have the ability that so we have a choice to make. If I overheal you, like I heal HP, but if I overheal it, it goes into your stamina. So I could burn one of my uses of healing for everybody to get us back to full stamina now, but then we're down a use of it later. When it could be more necessary for HP. So I'll leave that to you guys' decision.
So we weren't able to like full rest.
No.
Okay.
So I'm saying give us all like a hydrating booster shot now, or later, because I can only do that to a target twice a day.
Well,
But it would guarantee go back to full stamina.
Yeah.
we couldn't spend like another day like looking for like a cave in these, or like basically trying to find shelter as opposed to trying to progress.
So I would let you do that, but then you do run the risk of not finding it, and then you getting more exhausted by doing that. So it's again a gamble, but that I will let you do that.
How's everybody doing on their stamina?
I think we're all down 21.
I'm like 50% stamina, but
Yeah.
I'm
We
still
didn't. Did we have a
fine.
chance to recover from that fight?
From what fight?
The
In the
the
last
cart fight.
episode with Apollo.
Oh,
That was
yeah, you would have gotten stamina back from
Okay,
that. I'll
okay.
say,
Oh,
but
okay.
not if
Okay.
you lost health. That the health is still gone.
all right. So yeah,
So
no,
then-
I how much did we lose again?
When that bomb went off, it was 50 points of damage.
Well,
From-
since being in the desert,
21.
21. So I'm just down 21.
Same.
I think we carry on as we are,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
that could be really useful in an emergency. Plus, when we're fighting, I learned within the last couple weeks and months that I can kind of heal myself, but
good.
just myself. So,
That's good.
you know, I do have that on and I do have a lot of potions myself
Yeah.
because I am the one who gets hit a lot. So I
That's
spend
true.
a decent amount of money on that.
Yeah,
That's
we
true.
can case by case too. I know stamina is less for you two than it is for Gary and I. If you want, I could do it your onces now, and then you just have one later.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
All right.
So, are we sneaking past it? Is sneaking an option in your armor?
I mean, anything's always an option.
I mean,
We
imagine
can certainly
we
try.
could at least try to sneak closer to reach a point where we know where it is and what it's doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
All right.
All right, let's
sneaky
let's go for it.
sneak.
You guys start sneaking up. I'll need another group sneak check.
Woo!
Stealthy.
Stealth.
Okay,
Not bad, not bad.
Oh, this dice has been retired for the day.
It did so well.
Now that combat is near, it's
Yeah.
it's rolling low again.
Dice tower. Here, watch that.
So long, Dice Tower.
It's chipping my dice.
Oh,
But Chip isn't here.
he is in spirit now.
We can move that just a tad bit forward to me.
All right, what did everyone get while he's
Flat 30.
flat 30? Very nice.
25.
25,
27.
27. Is that an natural one?
That's a natural one.
What's your total?
Oof, does it matter?
Yes, this does matter here.
8. A big 8.
8.
The big 8.
All right, with an 8, and with your combined total here, you guys begin. Yeah, you guys begin sneaking towards this giant squid creature, and as you're approaching it, are you guys like spreading out a little bit? Are you guys kind of staying as close together as possible? What's your dynamic and formation here?
I would imagine Volley would probably be one of the leaders, so to speak, just to get a little bit more of a like scouting, basically going out in front a little bit and trying to
Yeah.
see where things are before having everybody follow up.
Okay.
And I don't really know where I'm going.
So okay. So yeah.
So I think the three of us would be a little bit more grouped up with Valia
Do
ahead
like a
a
little,
little bit.
point A, point B, like, oop, okay, up to this point is clear. Do.
Yeah, yeah.
So as you are approaching this area where this massive squid was, you, Valia, you're taking the lead a bit. You are able to kind of hide, and you're able to see. Hero point for Aster from Nebula.
Oh my gosh, we're besties now!
From Bestie. Thank you, Nebula.
Nebula!
Man, my next stealth check.
You just wait. So you,
Ooh.
you.
King.
Valia, you are sneaking through. Very nice. You are sneaking. You're kind of sneaking up through this, and you three in the back are kind of watching where she's going, and then just kind of mimicking as best as you can what she's doing. You're able to sneak up on this one that's up in front, and you're able to get fairly close to it. Valia, you're able to tell where that kind of radiation is, but like you can kind of feel it a little bit. Then you're able to take a step back and be like, okay, this is the clean area so far.
Well, he starts doing like a mime. It's like, okay, this is
Yeah.
the wall of radiation right here.
And then as you are doing that, you three on your back feel radiation beginning prickling at you as a second massive squid has appeared directly behind you. I will need everybody to roll the initiative.
Wait, guys, maybe if we don't move.
It feels angry.
Okay, never mind. We need to move.
I will need all three of you to roll, or all four of you rather, to roll me initiative. And as they're rolling initiative, we're going to take our 10-minute break.
We're gonna be rolling
That's
the whole
right. If you guys are enjoying
We're
the show,
already exhausted.
if you guys are enjoying the show, let us know. Follow us on social media at UGT Shows. Tweet at us saying, hey, this rules. Or tweet at us saying, hey, this sucks. You did every rule wrong possible. I'll block you personally. Or if you also want to get in, that's why you can join our Discord, which I believe there should be a link in the chat somewhere. Or if you're watching on YouTube, down in the description below. It's a great place. There's lots of active conversations happening pretty often. Highly recommend it. With that, we'll be right back in 10 minutes. See you guys in a minute. Welcome back.
Can we stop rolling now?
Yeah, go ahead and roll as you also tell me your names and characters briefly. I'm Corey, your host and GM. We'll start on my left-hand side this time.
I'm Marcus. I play Valia, the KL operative sniper, who just rolled a synthetic 20.
Synthetic 20. Hang on a second.
Hanging on.
Okay, now we're good.
I'm Riley. I play Clementine, the Raxolite envoy, and I rolled a 16.
Puts you here.
16, I'm a grandmother.
We have to move on.
I'm Gary.
We simply have to blow past that.
Hey guys, I'm Gary. I play Aster, the redacted Solarian, and I rolled also a 16.
Who wants to go first?
You go first.
Well, probably you, because then you could,
Oh yeah, I could get him. Yeah.
You're the captain. You gotta go.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
I'm Logan. I play Doc, the Kasatha Nanosite Bounty Hunter, and I got me a 19.
19 puts you here.
Silicone 19.
Balia, you're up first.
The one at the bottom is quote unquote like forward. That's the one.
Yeah,
I
that's
wrote.
like where the direction you're heading.
Okay. We're locking in. I'm gonna take a shot at it.
All right, go ahead, take a shot.
Sniping time. First, let's see whether or not I see it. It's a 43 for my perception check.
43 on the perception check definitely passes.
It's flat-footed. Ah!
Is dead.
Oh.
It's flat tentacle.
I aim. I gotta say that legally.
Okay.
That's the 21.
21. 21 to hit. Which AC?
Probably KAC.
Will not hit.
Dang.
Okay. For the perception check with that 43, is that 10 over?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm good for now.
Okay. Doc. Squids.
Seeing that you're shooting at the one behind us, in front of us, behind me, in front of you, I'm gonna run for the one behind me, in front of them.
The
Next
one
to you.
on the north of our map.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
As you enter into this little radiation zone, I will ask you to make me a fortitude saving throw.
okay. 29.
29 will pass. You feel fine.
I do now have range of 20 feet to throw my nanosite, so I ain't gotta get that close to it.
All right.
And it's gonna get a nanosite thrown at it. Because I only
One
have one
nanosite.
attack. Yeah.
One.
It's one really big one.
He just hollow purples.
Okay. 31 to hit.
Oh, hit that whip with it. That will hit.
Sweet. Woo!
Woohoo!
Ends up being
Woo!
34 damage.
34 damage.
Bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing.
Oh my goodness! It eats it. You launch these nanosites out, and it hits it into its massive tentacle that's just hanging low to the ground, and it doesn't seem to notice it too much.
Ain't like that.
That is Clam's turn.
All right. I am going to start off with improved get 'em. I'm gonna be like, all right, I guess we're gonna fight. Let's take him out. And so now everybody has a +2 to attack rolls and damage.
Nice.
And I'm gonna spend 1 resolve point to make it against both enemies or all enemies within 60 feet. So in case there's another one.
So that would hit the one closest to you.
So then you shouldn't spend a resolve point.
Oh.
These things are very far away from you.
Right. But would it count if they move closer into the 60 feet after the?
I don't
Okay.
think so. I think it's when you say it that
Fair.
then that
fair.
happens.
Okay, so
So
I
save your resolve point.
so just the one closer to me. I'm just like, no, we gotta get him. He's behind us.
That one specifically.
Yeah, I don't like the look of him. And then I am going to. I am going to shoot it.
No. My squid?
Yes, your squid.
No.
I have special squid.
My brand.
So that's 19 EAC.
Will miss.
Yeah. So you said no as I was rolling. You told my die no.
It heard that
Did you add
as a
your plus
command.
two?
Oh, and my +2, 21 EAC?
Will not hit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Don't hiss at my squids.
We are hissing squids.
Aster.
I'm gonna look at Clem. I'm gonna look at Doc and go, I just want it for the record, I have a plan. And I fly 30 feet straight in the air.
Okay. You do that.
That's my full movement, and then I'm gonna spend a resolve point, and I'm gonna use my combat meditation, which I flavor as my combat meditation as charging up. So Aster fully is in the air, and he is charging up very much like he is a Super Saiyan. So it's just like you see
Lungs on that man.
golden energy just kind of surround Aster, and I have to make a DC 20 charisma check, just flat charisma.
Okay.
And if I get it, I get my 1 attunement point to start the round. If I get the check, I get 2 additional attunement points.
Oh, so you're gonna be up at full.
So, but if I fail, I just get 1 additional attunement point. So I'm gonna roll that, and that's not gonna make it.
Okay. Yeah, you begin charging up. So you now have 2 attunement points then?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you're charging up, and you just hear Aster screaming 30 feet in the air.
Are you okay?
I got a plan!
Do you need fiber?
That is Squid next to Valia as it moves towards Valia. It goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And it is big enough and just hanging in the air that it is just on top of you now. You're able to still move as these are like trunks essentially that are swinging around. But I will need... This is big enough. This dome would cover you, Aster, as it is approached. I will need you 3 to make me fortitude saving throws.
12.
24.
24.
15.
15.
Actually, what does a 15 pass?
For you, yes.
Okay, then never mind.
For Valia, no. You are now beginning to be radiated. Which means for you, at the moment, you're fine. Like there's nothing much happening. But you can tell if you stay here for much longer, it will not be fine.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use a villain point on this 2 that I just rolled to make another swing. That's a lot better. A 33 to hit your KAC.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, that hits.
Wait, who?
It couldn't be.
Just making sure. There were
I'm going to need you to make me another fortitude save.
Oh, good. I gotta double check this thing.
When you,
Is Gary the only one of us with hero points?
I believe so.
That's a 9.
That's a 9 total. Okay, you fail. You're going to take this full. You're going to take this full 19 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you are now staggered for 1 round as these tentacles are coming in and just completely whamming into you, like just consistently.
You said it was
here.
19?
19 bludgeoning. And you are staggered for 1 round.
Okay.
Did that do anything to your hit points?
No.
Okay. That is now second squid's turn. Second squid is going to move up to you, Doc, and move just kind of right on top of you as well. I will need you 2 to make me another fortitude saving throw as you feel this even more radiation is beginning to encircle you. Doc, a fortitude from you as well.
30.
A 30 will pass.
Did you say you need one from me?
No, you are fine.
That is 12.
12. Okay.
That's a 27.
27. Riley, you are also beginning to feel this radiation that is sucking at you. You again are fine at this exact moment, but you can, if you are here by the end of your next round, probably not.
Okay.
Doc, you passed as well, so you're still hanging in there. Radiation means nothing to you, but does I'm going to use a second hero point to reroll this natural 5 I just got.
Thanks, AJ.
It's a little better. Does a 34 hit your KAC?
Sure do.
Okay, I need you to make me a fortitude save again.
23.
23 will pass. You feel these things slamming into you. You are also going to, I will half the damage for you here. That is 8 plus is,
So is the entire damage dependent on the fortitude save? because I have the equivalent of evasion for fortitude saves.
Okay, then you will not take any damage from this then.
Hey.
Yeah, you're able to just bob and weave around this thing fully as it is
Great.
hanging over you. Valia, that is your turn. You are staggered, so you only have, I believe it is, you only have your...
Move or standard action.
Yes,
but
and
not
you
both.
are in the middle of this radiation.
Valia knows this is bad. So we're gonna run. I don't think I'm going to actually use the run action, but I've got 50 feet of movement, and I want to go to the bottom left, basically, just as far as I can go.
It's going to get an opportunity attack as you do.
Okay.
With just one of its tentacles on its face, it leans down and tries swiping down at you. That's cocked. It's almost exactly the same thing. I'm not going to use a villain point yet. That is only a 25 to hit your KAC.
Miss.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to, as you see the shadow above you just begin to consume, you're able to tell it's trying to lean down to swipe, and you're able to just tuck and roll out of the way.
I want to get out of there. Yeah.
And that is your turn. You are no longer staggered. Doc, you're just fine in the middle of radiation, though.
Full attack.
Okay.
Yeah, get in your house. Yeah. All right, plus the 2 from Genom is 26 to hit KC.
26 will hit.
Woo! And the second attack, much higher. Howdy do, neighbor.
Punch.
Over 2 hits.
What's happening? What big numbers are happening?
84 damage.
Woo! What?
Good
That's
lord.
on the one up there.
Thanks,
which
Genom.
was not. Which was it? Which you hit? This
Yeah,
is
I
the one
already
you
hit
hit
this
already. Okay. 84, you said?
Yeah.
Woo! It definitely feels that as you launch, you just wail on this thing.
Don't ignore me!
You're just punching rapidly, and you see it is beginning to weaken and crumple a little bit, but it's still hanging in there. At the end of your turn, I need to know the fortitude saving throw.
Probably not this time. 17.
17 will... I gotta find my things. You actually just pass. You are able to... You feel this radiation trying to enter your body, but your nanites are able to repel it as much as they can, but they're cutting it close with that. Clementine.
First, I'm gonna get out of that radiation. I'm gonna move left, as far as I can,
Okay.
and then I am going to, you know what? I'm gonna try sow discontent on the squids. I do have universal expression, so even though they
Alright.
can't understand English or common, they do understand me.
I guess it would work. This is... It says specifically for languages, can't speak any language, but I guess they can understand it? I'm gonna give it to you. That feels like how that works, but I've never had somebody that just can't speak.
Yeah.
Kaiju fight.
Yes. So, I'm just gonna look at the one closer to me and go.
It just kind of nods. It's like,
And so that is for my bluff check, a 32.
32 will pass.
All right. So there goes that, and then I am going to attack. Can I reach the other one? I probably can't reach the other one.
What's the range on your gun?
What is the range? 20 feet. So I cannot.
No. Definitely
But you know, I can reach the one that's closer to me, right? Can I?
5, 10, 15. Yep, he's because he's so big.
So I'll shoot him. Yeah. Okay, alright. Maybe I will shoot him. So that is 28.
That will hit.
Alright. And the
Unintelligible sounds to the front one, turns around, fires. That one, go get that one.
Get him.
So that is 11 cold and piercing.
Okay. You shoot into it. It doesn't seem to notice it too much, but it does recoil at. It's almost like it's a bee sting that's hitting it. It does hurt it. Aster.
How high are these things floating in the air? Exactly?
These things are just barely like they're tentacles are grazing the ground.
Okay.
But they are naturally 20 feet tall.
Okay.
So you're above them because you said 30 feet.
Yes. Okay. So Aster now gets his third attunement point. He's fully attuned after charging up. Didn't happen as soon as he wanted it to. So he went from like dimly lit to fully attuned lit pretty instantly. So Aster's gonna take the mote from his sword, turn to the one that's would be the forward direction, so the one on the bottom.
Okay.
And go. He's being hit by this radiation, which he can feel, but he's resisting, and is like, "That's nothing compared to this!" Then he takes the mote, he throws it. It looks like he misses the creature entirely, but then you see it start to form larger and larger as it gets thrown past the creature. You see Aster clench his fist, and it comes flying back, and that's supernova.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
It ain't great at those. Dexterity specifically, not reflex?
Sorry, reflex.
Okay.
Wrong game.
Yes. I'm going to use my third villain point to reroll that natural one.
Let's burn through them.
Aw, man.
Into a natural 9. What's the DC he needs to make?
20.
20. He will pass.
Wow.
Okay,
Just barely, but he passes.
will take half damage then.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a lot more than I usually get. So half damage would be. That is not how I do that.
He's multiplying.
29 fire damage.
29 fire damage as the supernova engulfs it, but you see that it was able to sink itself a little lower as the explosion was really beginning. So it just barely got burned, but it's still hanging in there. It did take some damage.
Okay.
As it floats back up. You need to make me a fortitude saving throw.
Okay. That's a 19.
19 will pass. You feel fine.
Excellent.
That is the one that Aster just swung at. So it is going to look at you, and it's going to make a full attack on you. No, it is actually going to do another ability, but it's going to do it as a full attack. So that is.
Did it approach me?
No, because you were right. You're right on it. Or how far are you from it?
I don't know.
Nope. No, you're right there. Nope, you're fine. Did you move at all when you were flying in the air?
No.
No. Okay, so you are in his range still. With these massive tentacles. So the first one to swing at you is a 34.
Yeah.
The second one is a little less. It's a 29.
That doesn't hit.
Okay. So the first one will hit. I need you to make me another fortitude saving throw.
Okie dokie. That is an 18 fortitude save. 18
will just pass. And you will take half this damage here. Give me a second as I do math. You will take 7 damage, bludgeoning damage, as it smacks you in the sky. That's 2 bludgeoning damage as it smacks you in the sky. And you just are able to kind of block it with your arm as it swings at you. But take a little bit there.
All right.
That is now the one that's directly in front of Doc. And Doc, it's going to do the same exact thing. It is going to make full attack onto you. Beep. Ooh, big numbers here. My lowest is a 34.
So both hands all hit. Yeah.
Sweet. I need you to make me 2 fortitude saving throws.
20. And a natural 20.
Okay. You pass both of those. Give me 1 second here. As I do a little bit more math. Okay, so you're gonna take half this damage as well. Oh, you've got your thing. I don't even need to roll these dice.
Get those dice out of here.
Doc is,
My big squids, they're whiffing.
Doc is starting to think he might have been born to fight these creatures.
They are swiping around you wildly, but they are missing wildly as well. Valia.
Okay, Volley's going to take another sniper attack. I'm going to move to the left another 10 feet.
Okay.
So I've got that little bit of movement. Left in the direction away from them.
Yes.
Yes. And so I will make another perception check. 30.
30 will pass.
Okay, it is flat-footed. And that's a 35, so 37 against flat-footed.
37 against flat-footed will also pass.
Okay, damage. I forgot to set up my damage. Give me a moment.
Gotta
You're just not used to doing that one.
damage. Gotta calculate for damage.
That's the. Someone gets shot.
My CRT just turned off.
51.
51.
Piercing.
And this is to the big one down there.
Yeah.
Yes, you take the shot at him, and it does a massive recoil as it now turns to focus its attention onto you.
Whoopsie.
And you see it's bleeding quite a little bit. Doc.
I didn't hear no bell. 2 more swings, I reckon. 35.
35 will hit.
Get in your house. And a natural 1. So
That will whiff. Let's go.
but maybe I'll kill it. That'd be nice. 39 damage.
39 damage. It's still standing, but it's looking on like it is on death's door as you are just beating it, and you are seeing like this tentacle that you have been punching over and over again is beginning to just disintegrate and fall apart. As you move to the next one, just repeat this process as it's struggling to stay afloat.
Just a warehouse full of meat. Better watch out.
Fortitude.
Look.
22.
22 will pass.
Doc's
Flag.
fixing to give us his motivational
Okay.
speech for the episode.
So first, Clem's gonna call out to Aster and be like, Aster, can you try to rodeo that one to the direction we were heading?
Gonna be honest, sounds like a terrible idea.
Well, you're already close enough. You could just grab the tentacles on his head.
I'm fit for fighting.
Okay.
So hero point from Sully for Riley, women supporting women.
Hey, we love to see it.
We love to see it. That's called feminism.
Yes.
Sully, we're fighting 2 somethings the size of the map.
Wow. Thank
Your
you.
hero point.
If they were
Also
bit by
cute.
radioactive squids.
And then I'm just gonna shoot the one to the north again.
Go for it. I dare you.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Thank you, Sully.
Told you.
It was a canon moment.
Natural 2.
Woo, that's gonna miss.
Yeah.
I called your bluff.
We can't interfere.
You take a shot, and as you take the shot, Doc punches the tentacle, and it just collapses, and he goes phew, right where it was.
Oh, you got it. Okay. All right. Good teamwork. You can't even hear me, can you?
What?
You just hear crackling in your ears as you're surrounded by radiation. Aster,
The nice relaxing white noise of radiation in your ears.
of a Geiger counter.
Aster is the moat is gonna reform above his head. He's gonna shoot it back into the hilt, and he's gonna fly towards the forward one, and just make a standard attack.
All right.
Is there any way? So,
I think he gets an opportunity attack on you actually, because you're moving through his reach. So he gets one.
well, was I already out of his reach?
You've been in his reach the whole time, but now you're
So
moving
then,
in it.
but then it.
And as long as you're in the reach and you move within it at all, then that counts the opportunity attack. You do not have to leave it then go back in.
That's unfortunate. Well, wait a second. No, it's still. Yeah. So I guess I just gotta do it.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my final villain point
Yeah.
to reroll the
Burn
natural
them
one
all.
I just rolled.
You don't want to take the natural one.
No,
Fail-
I
there's-
want my squids to do something. Damn it!
There's storytelling and failure, Corey.
We put up the card saying this is scary and nothing's happened. That is much better to hit. That is a 34 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Finally.
These are just wisps in a squid suit.
Let me get the readable dice because we have so many not readable dice back here. That is very nice. I love to see that. That is, I have to actually pull up the calculator for this number.
Go on.
30 piercing damage as the one on its mouth
25.
just shoots out and goes directly onto you and pierces through the armor, hits you directly.
Okay. So I'm still flying at it. Aster takes that, stumbles in flight, but continues flying forward, and he's gonna make his swing at it. So this is the one that doesn't have get him on it. So that would be okay. All right. That's a lot. That is let's see here. That is 33.
33 will hit.
Excellent. If you said it didn't, I would cry.
They suddenly got really strong.
I'm playing the wrong game currently. So that is 45 slashing damage as Aster flies up, taking that piercing shot, and I imagine I'm at the top of its head, so Aster just aims straight for the head.
You fly down 45, you said?
45 damage, yeah.
And that is at that way, which is the one volley of shot. So it is still standing. Okay, I'm just doing my math
Still
here.
floating.
Still floating. As you barrel down and like land on it and stab into it, it's still standing and just recoiling rapidly, trying to throw you off. Give me a fortitude saving throw.
Okay. That passes. That's a 16 on the die.
16 will pass.
Yeah.
That is his turn. You're the one you're on top of, who will begin making swings at you here. Please. One listened to me. One listened very nicely to me. That is well, I'll tell you, one misses big time. The other one is a 38 to hit you.
Yeah.
Fortitude saving throw for me, please.
Okay. Oof. Woof. I'm going to use my hero point for my new bestie, Nebula.
Nebula!
You can't hurt me.
That's
That was a
bestie
natural one.
approved. Let's go.
So anything would be better than that. Okay, wow, yeah, that's a 13 plus 9. Whatever that is. 22.
You pass, you'll take half of this, which is... I should have done the math while you were talking about it, but I was thinking about, man, it's a shame my guy can't do his thing. That is a total of... It's... Plus 9 is... let me just... Guys, this is embarrassing for me. I'll be so honest. Hang on 1 second.
How do math?
I couldn't even begin to tell you.
How do, man?
8 bludgeoning damage as it just kind of whacks you on the head. And you're just
Three.
able to keep standing there. That is now the one in front of you, Doc.
Let's go.
He's gonna just... What's he gonna do?
He sits there and thinks about it.
Run.
He crosses
I
his
want you to
tentacles in
run.
thought.
Here's what he's gonna do.
Why am I radioactive?
He's going to turn to look at you, Clementine.
Oh no!
And he's going to take a guarded step so that you are now within the radiated aura of him. And I need you to make me a fortitude saving throw.
This is surprisingly smart floating squid.
Okay. 21.
Is that considered a ranged attack?
Nope.
Okay.
Just an aura. 21, nothing happened. You're totally fine.
Your aura.
He's aura
He's
farming.
aura farming like crazy.
at me
Doc is going to
menacingly.
look down at you, and it's going to make a swing at you. It's just going to do a normal swing. It's not going to do the one that does absolutely no damage to you. That is a total of 32 to hit you.
Twill.
Let's go. Let's freaking go. These dice. Woo, buddy. That is a total of 31 piercing damage as the tentacles above you just start raining down, trying to stab at you as much as they possibly can.
I will use my
Bless you.
reaction to do the defensive dispersal, and I will reduce the total damage by 29.
Ooh,
So I'm taking 2.
jeez. All right, Valia.
We're gonna do the same thing. Another 10 steps away.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to shoot it again, because that's just what I'm going to keep doing. This is 26 for perception. I'm pretty sure.
Will pass.
Okay. That's good. It's a natural 1. I don't think I should get that. I'm going to override it and say I don't think I should get that and just do a regular attack now. That's a 32, though.
32 will hit.
Okay. Regular damage, 36. 36 piercing.
36 piercing. It is looking worse for wear, but it's still standing.
It's huge, and I basically just have to kind of look in its general direction, and I'm going to be hard to miss.
It's very hard to miss a sniper of a thing that is like the size of a building.
Yeah. It's like I'm just, if I don't see anything, I know I'm aiming at it.
If you just see red and it hurts to look at, then you're good. Doc, what in the world could you possibly do in this situation?
I know what you're thinking, and the answer may surprise you. I'm gonna punch it.
Aster finally found a kindred spirit.
25 to hit?
25 will not hit.
Oh, but what about second hit? Get in your house! 34.
34 will hit.
With that last one, did you add your +2?
That is, yeah.
Okay.
Thank God.
You're a lot like the Kool-Aid man, because you're all punch.
Where's the buzzer? Where's the incredibly loud, incorrect buzzer?
41 damage.
41, how do you do it?
Yes.
As I'll miss the first one, and like I'll see it start to move toward Clem, I'll just be like, no, you don't! And I'll pull a whole tentacle off.
You do that, and instead of pulling just the tentacle off, the whole thing comes crashing down and just lands in the sand completely dead. I don't remember which one of those tokens it was, but they're in the same spot. It does not matter.
Doc will just dramatically, over the shoulder, look at the other one.
Hey, Doc! His hands just holding on.
Clementine, you don't feel any radiation anymore.
Woo!
She feels good.
Sorry, it took me a moment to process that it is my turn. So I am going to go around the rock to get a little bit closer to the other one and shoot it.
All right. Do it.
Yeah.
I liked your little noise.
I liked all of the noises. The setup and then the fall down the stairs.
Sully, she needs more feminism.
Sully, she needs feminism now more than ever.
Out quick.
It's a 2 again.
It's a fixed point in time.
I trip on the sand and I'm just like, gosh darn it, the sand!
Aster.
Following Doc's lead, full attack. Pretty please. So that is...
I'll allow it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mr. GM. Thanks, Mr. Roof. That doesn't hit. Gosh, that just landed. That didn't even roll.
Let's go. I'm rooting for my underdogs now.
Wolf, I'm probably not gonna...
He said woof like
Like the underdog.
Get, yeah, I don't think both those... I don't think a synthetic 20 hits.
Nope, it does not.
So Aster is trying to just... I guess you said he's on this thing now. So
Yeah.
he's trying to hold on, swing, but he kind of reels back and he tries to swing again and he's barely holding on.
Make me one more, probably the final fortitude save.
I would hate to, honestly.
You'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, I will be fine.
Nobody's yet.
That's
to
a synthetic 20.
Yeah, that passes. So that's.
I think I'm the
Aster's
only one
great
who's
at
failed
fortitude.
the radiation ones.
It is. There's nobody's. DCs and Starfinder are insane. Anyway, that is the Beast's turn. It's Mr. Beast's turn as it just kind of keeps smacking at you, Aster. It's gonna
That's
make a
why you've had
full
the problem.
attack. It's gonna make a full attack on you.
He'll buy you anything that you could fit in his radiation cloud.
Wow, that's crazy. Let's see. So the highest, that one's definitely gonna miss, but this one, is probably also gonna miss. The highest is a 27 to hit your KAC.
Doesn't hit.
Yeah, so it just goes here. As much as it's moving around, you're also moving around. It's not able to smack you.
No.
That is its turn. Valia.
I'm gonna change things up.
A bolt.
I'm gonna stand still and aim and shoot again.
You're crazy, dude.
Okay, perception check 30.
You see it.
Okay, it's flat-footed.
That's crazy.
Attack roll. It's a 19, flat-footed, 21. I don't think that's good. I think we've already established.
No, Geddon wasn't on that.
Yeah, I think
Nope,
we've
that
established it does
just
not hit.
misses. Yep, you take
Sad.
it's as it's squirming around trying to just save its life. You do miss the shot.
Maybe I should be. Maybe I need to be moving.
You have to be tucking and rolling with it.
That's the problem. I imagine the Aster flies past
20.
Aster's head.
It would be 22.
Still doesn't hit.
Okay.
Doc, it's far away.
Doc will think about reaching for his bow. And, I have 40 feet of movement.
Okay.
Or
Or a bow and arrow.
I think what I'm going to do is spend a resolve point to use my nanite cloud as a quick action. Get it. I can do how many squares now? 15 squares. So I'm just going to make a straight tunnel to me and the creature. While in my nanite cloud, I can take a free 10-foot guarded step.
Okay.
So that gives me basically 50 feet of movement. Does
All
that
right.
get me there if I make my little nanite tunnel?
Yes. Where would the 50 mark be? So you start there. As I throw the mini across the room. So where, and then you're putting the tunnel where exactly?
Basically, just
This thing has
like
big
direct-
reach. So what I'm making sure is if there's any point within its 20 foot of reach here that it would be able to smack you before you take the guarded steps.
Oh, it's just a straight line, like from me to it is what I'm going for.
Okay.
Then yeah, it's definitely gonna get one against me
Yes,
because I'm
okay.
running up on it.
That's what I was doing the math here for. So I will make one attack of
It does
opportunity.
get a 20% miss chance thanks to my nanite cloud.
Okay, so let me see. Where's my readable dice? This one, and I guess this one that's not readable. 76.
Well, I don't know. Do you roll a high or low?
I would think 1 to 25 is the miss.
Oh, then no.
Okay.
Yeah, just it's only a 20%, not a 25.
Okay. So,
So it gets to try to hit me.
all right, here we go. This is it. Big dice. Natural 1.
It hits itself.
It hits itself in a fury, and it's allergic to your nanites.
That's what it is. Only a 24 to smack it though.
That will hit.
No get 'em on this one, right?
No.
Hey, pal.
37 damage.
All right, how do you do it?
Same thing. Just bring it down.
Just in the opposite direction as it just whoosh, lands in the ground, sand spewing up as combat has ended. You feel the radiation disperse around you. You all feel that humming and violent hissing in your ears go away. Aster, you're on top of this thing as it goes down.
I would hope that I would let go. I'd have the good sense to just let go and fly.
You let go and fly as it crashes down as combat has come to a close.
Woo!
You all see the hangar is off just a little bit in the horizon. It's up to you guys.
Anybody need some medical assistance? Attentions? Anybody?
I'm good.
I'm good so far. I'd like to just get away from this radiation. Do they have this like idle radiation?
No, they like the moment they die, you don't feel the radiation at all anymore.
I still don't like being in this spot.
Did
It feels
anybody
like it's
get irradiated? Is everybody okay?
I'm all good. I'm not a frog.
Should we do a medicine check to make sure that we are in fact all fine? I don't know whether or not.
You don't need to. You literally feel fine.
Feel great. Never met better.
You've been radiated before. You don't feel that.
Yeah.
I am now down about 20. I'm fine.
All right, Doc is fine.
Yeah.
You four begin making your way towards the hangar. This is a massive, like rusted steel metal hangar. It looks like it's very like thin. It is just sheet metal that is making all of this. As you are approaching, it is snuggled between a lot of these rocky crags, and there is a small runway out in front of it. Approaching it, you see massive doors for something to come in and out of, as well as one small, just regular-sized utility door right next to that.
I think we should approach this stealthily,
Yeah.
especially if we can find a spot to maybe patch ourselves up a little bit.
Yeah, we don't know what we're gonna expect in there.
Did you need medical help?
No, but I still, like, I don't need it, but I feel like we should prepare and not just barge in. Honestly, like, what time of day is it? Is it still, like, early? Or...
It's like 3 o'clock p.m.
Do you want to wait for nighttime?
Or, I don't know, like... You know, you're the captain. I'm going to stop talking because I'm indecisive right now.
You know what? Let's just go. I think we're good. Let's go.
Okay.
Send it.
Should we knock?
I wouldn't knock. We don't know what to expect in there, so let's sneak in.
If we go up... Actually, yeah, let's say... How close are the... You said there was a small side door and, like, the big hangar?
So it's if you're looking at the front of it, big hangar door takes up like the majority, like the runway you're walking on, big hangar door. To that, it's just it's maybe 2 feet away from the hangar door. It's just the utility door in front.
Maybe we try to sneak up and, I don't know, see if we can peer in or, like, crack it. Especially with how rusted this is, we might even be able to find, like, a little hole just to kind of see inside.
Yeah. So let's
sneaky about
let's
it.
sneak over.
Okay.
Do we want to do group sneak or just you sneak?
Yeah, I want to see if what my thingies are.
Gotta do
The sneak
research.
thingies.
Is there a
Your
cardboard
sneakers?
box nearby?
There it is.
Will that give me an advantage?
It adds style points, but you can't see. You can see through the tiny little like perforated hand.
Gerard, I'm trying to sneak around.
I was gonna say that Valia puts on her like cloaking field, so she kind of goes mostly invisible, but you can still kind of see movement if you're looking toward where she is.
Gotcha.
Kind of like the lens effect sort of
Okay.
when you see her move.
So-
and then kind of sneak up to the, I guess just the front, and I'll start looking to see if there's anything, if there's any holes I can see through, and if not, then she'll probably try like the side door, and then
Yeah.
see if anything's unlocked.
Give me a perception check.
Perception.
Perception.
That's an 18 on the die. That's 25, 43.
43. So going up to the door or looking over at the sides, you don't see that there's any other doors or windows on this building, except for these two up front, the massive hangar door and the small utility one. Looking through, there are some holes, but they are like very, very, very minuscule that you can't really see what's in there, and any ones that were major seem to have been covered up. They do not... It is whoever is staying in here does not want to be seen and wants to know if anyone's coming in and coming out of this one door.
Okay. I am going to... I don't know what I was going to do there. I think...
Is the door locked?
Did you try the door?
I haven't tried the door, and I'm trying to decide whether or not Valia thinks trying the door is a good idea. Because now that we've seen that they've like patched it up, trying the door almost seems too easy, and if anything, might activate an alarm.
Sure. Makes sense.
You know what? I'm gonna roll a stealth check to decide whether or not I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
That's a 3. I think it's a great idea. Let's try it.
All right. So are you going to go try to open the door, or are you like...
We'll wiggle it.
Okay,
That stealth check was just me deciding what to do, so I'll try to quietly.
You go to wiggle it, it's definitely locked.
Yeah. But I'll return.
All right.
Return with the recon status.
Do any of us know how to pick locks?
There would be a sleight of hand check to do that.
Well, do you have the schematics on you still?
Was it, the schematics were for the
flying contraptions.
But then it may just made a general map of where we could find this place. But I don't know if it's that. How detailed is it?
You have money? I can tell you.
I mean, we would have had to have brought it with us to use it as a map.
Yeah.
You also had the map in the office, so would you have
Probably
brought
would have left that one.
Yeah, and we kind of had to like push it all out to different spots. I imagine it was like random spots on a piece of paper that we had to kind of align. So
I'm gonna try and pick the lock.
But I just realized now too that we had Chip kind of mentally scan everything.
Took a photo.
Yeah,
Right.
and so yeah.
Doc has a horrible realization.
Whoa.
We were trying to keep those blueprints out of the hand of the Valor.
Well, does he know that Chip has them in his head?
I don't know if he's gonna scan Chip's brain when he's doing the soul stuff.
Oh, it's just the soul stuff, right?
the
better
soul
be.
searching, not brain searching.
Scan Chip's processor.
32 on
I
picking the
don't know
lock.
what their deal is.
32, I'm picking the lock. This is a pretty simple, like metal door, and you're able to pick the lock, and door pops open.
I peer inside.
I was gonna say we could just offer to return the schematics, because that's what he was so mad about.
Yeah, but he wanted to kill us.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have brought
Because
it
he thought
up
we stole
away.
it.
Yeah, but he was wanting
Can
to
I do
steal it in the
perception?
first place.
Hang on one second.
So I think, yeah, he wanted to kill whoever robbed his vault,
And we did
which
it.
was Graxless.
Yes.
We didn't rob the vault, which means we could just hand him the thing and be like, hey, we didn't rob it. Somebody else did, and he is
And
dead.
we did kill him.
But then he sent a car after us. He didn't
'Cause
really
he-
get a whole lot of details.
No,
though.
he didn't. It was an impulsive decision, but judging from Makari, he's not quite all there all the time.
Maybe we could use it as leverage to try to get out of this, in that
Yeah, sure.
we could say, we'll return it to you. If we can just get back home, we'll mail it back, secured. We'll get insurance on everything and make sure that nobody else gets it. But, we've got it in a secure location and we need to get back to them and then we'll return them.
But it's not in a secure location.
You don't know that.
I asked you if you had it. Do you have it?
I don't think we brought it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
Well,
don't
then,
remember saying it.
All
so I
right.
don't think
It's
we
in
brought it.
it's in a location.
It's somewhere else.
We can be confident in our locations of being secure.
Sure. Yeah. Tor's
Yeah.
got a knife.
All right, so as they're discussing this, you pick the lock. The door opens up a little bit. No alarms or anything seem to go off. If you want to give me a perception check, I will tell you what you see.
Camera has died.
Okay.
Oh, our camera died.
No.
Hang on, everybody. Hang on. We're breaking the fourth wall. Hang on a second. Hang on. Nobody freak out. Everybody stay calm. Gary and Logan are alive and healthy.
Do
I
not
swear.
panic. Do not panic.
Just remain calm. You can't see it, but Logan's doing a funny bit right now. You have no idea that it's happening. Did die? What happened?
The cable fell loose.
Oh, cable. Oh, they're alive.
Ah!
We have to fix it a little bit again.
Hey guys, we're so back.
We're so back.
It was so dark.
We were gone, but now we're back.
They've been reborn. Okay. We're good.
Yee.
We run a tight ship around here with very secure cables and cameras that are
Secures
not
our
like
housing for.
Tor
Yeah,
has a
don't
knife.
the Tor has a knife. Cables are secure. They're not 7-year-old cameras. So, Riley, make me a perception
Yes.
check
19 on the die plus 17 is 36.
with
Perception.
a 36 perception. You peek into this as these three are talking behind you, and you kind of peek your head around. What you see is it smells musty in here. First of all, it is very this is very clearly an old building. And as you are looking around, you see on the ground are just a lot of papers scattered everywhere. There are grease and fluids just kind of stained on the walls and on the floor as well. This does not look like that rubbery material on the ground that mechanics tend to have for some stuff. This is just straight concrete, that's not well maintained or kept up with at all. Massive cauldrons of fire are in here that are lighting the entire place. He has no other means of light besides just what look like bonfires kind of all over. And the two most notable things are lining the left wall that you are closest to are just massive vials of ooze and creatures within them. So you'll see Like inside is what looks like a sandworm trying to kind of just squirm around while it's floating in this liquid. You'll see living oozes, and you can tell that they are living oozes because they are seeming to just bash against the glass trying to break free. You even see what look like humanoids that are being grown and trying to, like as if it's trying to come to life, but it has not succeeded yet. And then the other notable thing is in the center of this hangar is a large... Give me an engineering check.
Oh, no. Okay, 18 total.
With an 18 total, that is... This is a large metal contraption. It looks like a vehicle of some kind, as it has some very simple wheels underneath it. It is like a cylinder with flat underneath it and flat on top. There seems to be a cockpit up front, and in the back you can just see on the edges are two large fans sitting there. On top, notably, there is a large arch hanging, going from the front of it to the back of it, and a cloth material that is draped over the majority of this.
Hey guys, hey, psst. I got the door open. Come on.
Okay.
You all make your way in, and you see this exact same thing as this. There are just vials of living things, almost living things, and this massive machine over there, but there does not seem to be anyone in here at the moment.
It's safe to say that it's very hot in here, would it not?
Yeah,
Because we're in a desert and it's lit by a lot of fire.
Right.
Sweltering. Love it.
And there's no ventilation whatsoever.
Astra's getting flashbacks, seeing what looks like lab experiments and devices, people being experimented on, creatures being experimented on, and it's not hidden to see. It's very plain that Astra's not having a good time in here.
Fair. Yeah, you see that there are tables set up with lab equipment and things like that, as well as what seems to be as advanced of technology as a person can get while on this moon.
Clem's gonna just put like one of the L-fan arms on Astra's leg as far up as she can reach, just trying to reassuringly pat.
Yeah, this is the guy we want to negotiate with. Are you guys really sure about that?
What options do we have?
He tried to kill us.
Well, I mean, if we can get information from him, then that can help us with the Baylor.
Yeah, that's great. We'll get the information one way or the other, but...
Let's try to do it diplomatically, and in worst case scenario, y'all can, pow slash.
You know what happened with Gerard? When he wanted to be diplomatic with us? You know what that led to? It led to me getting shot, almost dying, us working for him, and then after all of our suffering and all of our efforts and all of our heroics, guess what? He blamed us for everything, and then we had to leave the only home I've ever known and the place that we all called home.
I don't think that's really fair. He had something in mind the whole time, and we all had secrets that he could exploit. In this situation, it's a clean slate for us. This feller, he doesn't know anything about us. He doesn't know us from Jack.
We don't really know what he's working toward. For all that we know, he's actually trying to solve the problem of people being stuck here. He could be doing this for, a good reason. I'm not saying he's definitely doing that, but he's...
You think Pantheon thought they had good reasons?
Do any of these things look like they have crystal experimentation going on?
No.
Okay. Because Doc is remembering that the man who approached him talked about his mechanic.
So no, but give me... I hate to just keep kind of saying perception, but I think that would really apply best here. Give me another perception.
Natural 20.
Hey,
brain
you see
blast.
everything.
All right, as this conversation's going on and you're having this realization of like these two seem to be tied together, you are looking around. You don't see any crystals on them, on people and creatures in the vial. But what you do notice is there's these papers that are scattered just everywhere, like lining the floor. And on a table kind of nearby, there is a small notebook. And just kind of looking at it, you can see the scrawlings of what's clearly just an insane person. And what the repeated themes here is show her the universe, show her it all. This is what she needs the most. She would love this. I would love this. I would love this. She would love this. Just over and over again. There's things in that vein. And there are drawings of crystals within these journals. Nothing quite matching the ones that the ones that you had saw, but there are crystals in his notes of some kind.
Because this guy seems to fit the description of mechanic better than the Baylor does.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought this was the alchemist, right? So would he be both? Or
I'm taking a look at that machine over there. You know, everything's crazy until it actually works. Maybe we should find some place to hide until he comes back. Like that machine over there.
As you say that, you guys start kind of walking through this place. You don't see. There's like in a corner. There's a cot set up with just like a small nightstand next to it, but like it is not like a bed. This is just like a cot with a very old pillow and some old sleeping bags.
can I see any sign of activity, like whether or not there was any food remnants? How dusty things are, just to kind of get an idea of the last time anybody was active around here.
Okay. Yeah. You take a look around, and least dusty places seem to be up near that journal that Doc had found, his bed, like his sleeping area. There's a few tables that seem that, but noticeably, where a lot of this grease is on the ground, you see footprints going towards the back of this large machine in the center.
Okay. Is there an obvious entrance at the back?
You follow those footsteps, and there is a door. It is at the very back of it. So it is like where the door is and where those massive fans are. You can see that those fans are bigger than you. They are huge. It is maybe 45, 50 feet difference between where those fans are and where this door is, and those footsteps leading directly into it.
A gesture to make sure everybody recognized the footsteps going in. Are there any that appear to be going out, or is it just like a lot going in both directions?
Both directions.
Okay.
But it does seem to be one pair of footprints.
Clem is, I think, visibly aggravated by Aster's referencing of what happened with Gerard. She, rather than, reassuringly patting him, she has kind of walked away and is just trying to concentrate on what's going on, but very clearly is distracted by how that made her feel. So, what all are we doing now?
He could be inside that, but I didn't really see much else to indicate anybody had been here recently, right? There's no apparent indication of being recent.
Right.
And so,
Well,
by now I kind of assume that if someone was here, they might have come out by now, but...
said there's another door.
Into the machine is a door.
Well, if people think they're alone, usually of his mental facilities, they might be talking to themselves. So, might take a moment and press an ear against the door, see if I hear anybody talking to themselves, and that way he would think he's alone. But if it's quiet, I would be far more hesitant to open that door.
So you're looking to see if you can hear him talking
Basically,
to himself?
like, from what Doc can tell, he spends this time in this lab alone. And from his ramblings, if he writes and rambles like that, he probably does it aloud, too.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Just one of those, like...
Yeah, so you put your ear up to the door. Make me a perception check. I love those ones. One of my favorite checks.
31.
With a 31, you do not hear ramblings. There is movement happening within there, but this is a big mechanical, like this is a machine. So it could be the automation of things happening in there. It doesn't seem to be on, but there is some slight movements happening with inside.
I want to get closer and do a similar check.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of curious whether or not those... that's 17. Like a big number. 17 was 25. 42. I mostly just want to see like whether or not those motions are like repetitive, or if it seems kind of organic in...
So both. It seems repetitive. There's some error within there. Like it's not like a perfect repetition, but it is like it's as if somebody's doing the same movement over and over again. But it also sounds. There's no way to say, it sounds kind of wet. It sounds like these are wet movements that are happening.
Yeah.
I think Volley would actually try to motion for us to step away for a second, because it starts to hit her that when we were talking about it, I think was it from the Notebook or the Hikari was his name, right?
Hikari, yes.
I forget whether it was him or the Notebook, but somebody mentioned like, what if? I think it was the plans that said like, what if it was alive? So, what if this doesn't necessarily have him inside, but what if this is a thing?
Can I make a medicine to see if it sounds like a heart?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. That is a 39.
At 39, this is not a heart.
Okay.
This sounds... The closest I can say this sounds like is if you had a glass cube or like a plexiglass cube with water in it and you were swishing it back and forth. And it was just kind of like splashing and gooping and like making all those like little weird water noises. But this is not... It's definitely not like a heart that you're hearing. Certified heartless.
Clem pulls out her gun and just kind of nods to Doc and Volley, just, and not like gestures with her head, like let's open it up.
I think Volley would. Is there like room kind of like behind it? I think Volley, if we're opening the door, would.
Yeah, there's room. Like this, there's a big space. Like there's like a taped off area of like a safety zone for where this machine should be and where like all of his stuff is.
Basically, I think Volley would move kind of far back and possibly even try to find a little bit of cover if there is any like objects in the way, and then just kind of like aim at the door.
Yeah, we can see there's like a desk that you're able to like kind of pop your sniper out.
Gesture to Aster, ask if he's ready to breach.
Yeah. All right, who is going to be at the door when it is opened? Doc is opening it. Are you standing in front to open it, or are you opening it to Aster?
Yeah, I figured I open it, step back, let Aster step in, then I go in right after him.
All right.
If that's cool with you.
You want to go in?
I mean, I could just open it. Just open. Oh, let's just open it.
All right. You fling the door open. Aster, so are you both looking into the door, or is it just Aster looking into the door?
I'm at a little bit of a distance, but also looking in.
Okay. Okay. So you open the door. And so you, all three of you are looking in. Clem, it's kind of hard for you to see from your angle at where you're at. But you two, you see inside, this is an engine room. There is a massive coal engine at the back. And you see that there is a fire roaring within inside of it, and there's piles of coal kind of scattered across, and there is what is a lifted raised walkway for a person to walk around in there, and if they don't want to jump into the mechanics of itself. In the areas where these mechanics are, what you would both see and recognize almost immediately are those little pink goop guys from the vault, and they look over at all of you and just go as they are holding coal in their hand, and then they just kind of turn back to what they were doing, and just you see what they're doing is like ants just throwing coal to each other. Like there's just a clear line going directly into the engine.
You're their king.
I don't know if these are the same guys. It'd be really nice because they seem to like me.
If any of you turn around, you see Valia motioning like, what do you see? What?
Oozes. bank oozes.
Oh!
Oozes.
Clem, approaches, and she, universal expression, just kind of goes,
And as you do that, they go, and then they keep going back towards to just working away.
I think they're friendly.
They, as you said, no, they don't react. Like they're not doing hostile. They're not being hostile in any way.
Yeah.
They are just doing what they were doing before.
They're focused at the very least.
Polly is a little stunned, but cautiously puts away her rifle and pulls out just her handgun and starts moving in.
I give an
behind them.
inquisitive and gesture towards the furnace and the coal and just
The one closest to you goes, "Ee!" and then it keeps going.
If anything, you should be able to communicate with these way better than the squids.
Are we going?
Aster, you gonna try and communicate with them?
I don't know. I mean, maybe,
That's a valid response.
maybe, and hear me out, a lot of the times I am on fire, so maybe they can sense that, and just maybe they recognize that I am a living embodiment of the fire that they live to serve and preserve.
they just throw coal at you.
I hope they don't chuck it.
They're trying to stoke you.
You know, when you put it like that, I'm less enthused. So sure, I'm gonna go in there.
Okay, so you're just stepping in. That's it.
Yes.
Okay, you step in, nothing happens. They just kind of keep working. You see, like they were passing the coal over the raised walkway here. They're just moving it around you now.
I go, "Ee!" and I gesture to Aster and go, "Foof!"
They just go, "Yee!" as they keep going.
Don's outside keeping an eye out.
Is there any coal just scattered around on the ground, like any loose bits?
Outside the hangar, or in the hangar,
inside. Once we've gotten inside the
into the machine.
yeah.
There's it's like there's piles of coal just scattered all over the ground that they're just kind of picking up from and moving. There doesn't seem to be a clear pattern for what they're deciding to grab from. They're just grabbing kind of what's closest and moving it on.
Volley's gonna pick up a small chunk of coal and kind of try to make eye contact with one of them, and she's throwing a treat to a dog. She's gonna be like, "You want it?" And then it's kind of toss it to one.
You toss it to one. It doesn't even respond to you shaking it. It just looks at it, goes, and then picks it up and keeps it moving.
You got the soot sprites
Besides,
from
thank
Spirited
you.
Away.
Well, I guess this is what he means by what if it was alive, maybe? Maybe if an engine was alive.
This just feels like workers.
Looking around in here, you do see there's one doorway that this walkway leads to that goes deeper into the machine.
Well, let's see if there's more of them.
Are all four of you in there now?
Doc was outside the coal door, making sure no one walked into the hangar.
You don't see anything.
Okay.
Nobody walked in.
Okay.
I guess if you're moving forward, Valia can motion to say come inside. We're going forward.
You do that, you close the door, and as you approach this other door, you hear a toot toot, and all of the oozes there just kind of drop what they're doing and stop for a moment, and you hear the engine just begin to roar. And looking back at the door you just walked in through, there is a massive just seal. There is a mechanical seal that locks it fully in place so that it's airtight and pressurizes the room. As they all brace for that, the engine roars and it's incredibly loud in here. You cannot like talk to each other without like having to scream, and at that you can barely be heard.
Pounding on the door, trying to open it up.
This is like heavy steel that you cannot just open it. There is the door leading into the machine that door looks still fine.
Not good.
Just booking it to the door. There's nothing else to do.
You book it through. You open it. You see that this is just a large hallway in here. It kind of seems to go straight and have some curves within it, but it's a hallway and has some doors.
I open one of the doors up to look through it, just kind of see what.
You see that there's storage in here, and it looks like this is like food supplies. Opening up another one, you'll see that there are like science and mechanical supplies. It just seems to be a lot of preparations.
Well, he's prepping for something. Let's check all these doors.
Yeah, this doesn't feel good. We need to see if we can get off of this, because I don't know what's about to happen.
As you are now all in the hallway and the door to the engine room is closed, Clementine, you hear in your mind, you hear a voice going, "Help! Help me!"
Are there ghosts in here?
It's just going, "Help! Help me! Help!"
Somebody's calling for help. It might be a ghost, but I don't know.
What?
Who are you?
How could you hear anybody calling for you over all this noise?
What?
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 You guys, what would you like to do? You just hear this voice saying, "Help me, help me," and as you take a step deeper into the hallway, you hear it get a little louder.
I gesture to everybody else, just follow me, and I'm just trying to play hot or cold with this voice.
Marco.
You do. As you move away, you close the door to the engine room, and that helps the volume a lot. It goes from extremely loud to you can still hear mechanics in the back, but you can now talk to each other. And as you go further in, it gets quieter and quieter, as if it's not even there. And you hear this voice just going louder, going, "Help me! Help! Please help me!
Who are
If anyone's
you?"
there, help me!"
I'm following the voice, and I'm just like, "Who are you?" Not even looking back at everybody else, just frantically.
Give me a give me a perception check here.
Okay.
You three just see her scrambling around, screaming at the air. What are you three doing now?
22.
Perfect.
Well,
I concur. Do you think the desert?
I think this is a travel vehicle meant to go long distances. What if it's the thing he wants to enter into the race?
Well, I guess I don't know what the oozes have to do with it besides just being the...
Free labor.
Well, if technology doesn't exist... Well, I guess if no ships can... Well, no engines have to run because there's the race, so...
It's a coal-powered engine that he doesn't have to hire anybody for or tend to himself, and if he wins the race, he gets his hands on the spaceship. Which might be what all the flying nonsense is for.
Do you think these guys can power a big engine, a ship engine?
I mean, if you've got enough room, I guess you could just scale this up. This is already huge. I think that this is probably bigger than our actual ship.
Well, you want to see if you can drive it?
Someone isn't already there.
Good point.
As we're running volleys, it's mostly just going to be kind of like frantically kind of following where we're going, but I'm going to be doing perception to just kind of notice if there's like anything weird, because she's going to be basically as carefully as she can glancing around at what we're going through as we're looking, just to see if there's anything that looks like a trap.
Okay.
Or, unusual.
Okay. Give me
beyond what is already unusual about all this.
Give me a perception check, and I'll circle back to what you see in a minute. Clem, you are following this voice down the hallways, and eventually you get to a door in this small hallway that touches just the side of the ship. And not ship, machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You said ship. It's on my brain. And as you open the door, you all three are following her, presumably.
Yes.
As you open the door, it swings open, and you feel this wave hit you of just raw arcana. It just washes over you, similar to the radiation, but this is just like a completely like warmer feeling than the radiation had. And in the center of this room is a circle. This circle has runes and symbols that you don't recognize painted onto the floor. There are small piles of what looks like the elements, as well as random materials, as well as what seem to be like bones and hair and fur are scattered throughout this. And in the center of that room, in the center of that, is a small podium that looks almost like it's made of marble. And floating up just above that is what looks like a gear. And it's got very ornate details within it. And as you look at this gear, you hear the voice go, oh, somebody's here to help me!
Are you a ghost?
No! No, I'm not a ghost, that's ridiculous!
What are you?
You see the gear spin for a second, and it goes, I can't answer that quite yet.
Okay.
I apologize for the inconvenience, but this is a matter of like a lot of things. That if I tell you the wrong information at the wrong time, bad things can happen.
Okay.
What kind of bad
Who are you
things?
talking to?
Oh yeah, can any of us do that?
Yes, I will say that as you three see this, you now hear the voice. As this voice now sees the three of you, it's like in the middle of its first sentence, you can now hear what it's saying.
Why were you talking to me?
I was just kind of yelling to everyone who could hear it, and you heard me.
Am I magic?
I mean, maybe.
Oh.
How do we get you out of here?
I think you can just grab me.
Oh, wait, what? You said bad things could happen. What kind of bad things?
End of universe as we know it.
Oh,
Okay, let's be careful, guys.
You get magic-y things. Can you figure out anything about this ring of stuff? Is it dangerous if we reach?
Magic
over?
vibe check.
Magic vibe. Give me mysticism.
I've heard of takeoff procedures, but this looks more like a takeoff ritual.
This is ridiculous.
I gotta get lighter dice. That is a 7 on the die for a 22.
With a 22, this is intense magic, and you can tell this is old magic. This is like ancient magic. But that is the most you can really tell from that.
How long have you been here?
Time is hard to tell when you're just in a room with no windows.
Valid.
How did you get here?
He put me here.
Who?
And you see the gear spinning again, and it goes, the one who built this.
It's all right. Now, is there anything stopping me from walking over there and just grabbing you?
No, you should do that.
Any objections?
Sense motive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I've been.
Oh yeah, he can lie.
Oh yeah, the lying is a thing that can happen.
Yeah.
That's an 18 of a 16 for a 34.
No lies. Not an ounce of lying happening.
Shrug.
I mean, you're probably the best to handle it if something does happen when you reach across.
Of course, if he reaches across it, we have no one to heal us.
But I got healing serums.
Oh, okay.
All right. I will start walking toward him.
Wait. If things go wrong,
Yes.
just hypothetically, if we didn't help you,
Okay.
is the universe going to end if we just leave everything as is right now?
Gears spin for like a minute. Yes.
Okay, yeah, go help him.
It was never an option.
As you touch it, you feel your hands sizzle from this gear, and it is like impossible to hold on to. And the voice goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. It can't be flesh that touches me. It has to be inhumane."
Scoop it into the hat. My
I think you
ridiculous
mean
20-gallon hat.
I forgot you have. I always forget you have a
Yep,
huge
Doc's
hat.
got a gigantic head.
It's all synthetic fiber.
You scoop it in and just muffled your. Oh, I guess this works.
If you want to wear your hat, I could probably grab it with my elfan arms.
That'd be good.
I don't know if we've ever seen you without your hat, Doc.
And you never will again. You tell no one.
Hi there. Do you have a name?
And you feel it trying to spin in your hands. He goes, just call me Cass.
Cass. Okay. All right.
She goes, okay. All right, so this is good. This is step 1 that we need to do. Step 2, and as she says that, you feel the machine that you're in lurch. And you can feel yourself slowly moving. And she goes, okay, well, is there a window nearby? And this is where your perception checks come into play. Yes, there are windows outside of these hallways that you can see, as well as there are some signs kind of directing towards like storage, engine room, outdoor, emergency outdoor or exit, and cockpit.
I'm glad I noticed that with my 2.
They're big signs.
Okay. Yeah. There was some windows.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you say emergency exit?
Oh yeah, that too. I think there's fire codes.
That's very
Should we
interesting.
exit in a state of emergency?
As you say that, she casts in your hands, goes, no, don't do that. That'll get worse.
Oh,
Is it a trap?
No, it's more like letting things happen that shouldn't happen.
Can you tell the future?
In this moment, yes, but not forever.
So can we leave with you or not?
You should go to the front.
the front. Okay. Which way is that?
We came in
Fine,
through
what
the
did the
back.
sign say?
We came in through the back, so probably the opposite direction, the way we were going.
That would head towards the cockpit.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay. All right. Let's go.
Hope you're ready to pilot again.
As you start,
I don't know these runes if it's like this.
as you start leaving, Valia, what you notice out this window is you guys are moving out of the hangar. You're now in that very small runway. But where there was a cloth before hanging, that is gone completely. As you kind of peer out the window, you can see right above you is this cloth has expanded into what looks like a massive balloon, hanging attached directly on top.
Okay. I don't like the look of that end of the runway coming up. But I guess I'll run up and try to examine whatever is in the cockpit.
All right. The door, as you approach the cockpit, you hear exactly what Doc thought. The mumblings of a madman.
Okay.
There is somebody in the cockpit just mumbling to themselves continuously. Just you can hear she'll love it. She's got it. Absolutely. Well, this is everything we've ever wanted.
Valia stops like dead in her tracks as she's getting close to the door and is like, he's in there. He's in there.
I can't really hold my gun and Cass at the same time, so
You can honestly put me down.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll come back for you.
It's okay. And who's opening the door?
I will.
I wish we had a flashbang.
Just give me a couple seconds.
You swing the door open, and what all of you see is a man who has his back to you, crouched on the ground, muttering and drawing what looks like another circle. He's got similar piles all around him that seem both mystical as well as just raw materials. In front of him are the windows to the cockpit so that he can see out. You see a massive steering wheel there and some control panels all around. And what you hear is this man say, "I've done it!" And he slams his hand onto the circle. All of you see the circle light up. Where all of this drawing was, these piles that were there fizzle away completely. And the ground underneath you is light. And then Cass behind you, you hear, "I think I'm gonna go away, but I'll be back." And
okay.
as she says, "I'll be back," she's gone. And you feel this entire machine begin rumbling massively, and he's looking around at the ground, and you hear somebody go, "No, this should have worked! Why didn't this work?" As he turns around and sees the four of you, and he goes, "Who are you?" And this, as he says that, two things simultaneously happen. One, Chip is back. Chip is right in front of you. 2, this massive portal opens up in the middle of this circle, and you see it is swirling rapidly, and you feel this suction begin as you 5 now rather, are being fully pulled into this portal. As you are all yanked in, you see behind you it close, light, materials, all of these things are flashing before your eyes rapidly as you are hurtling towards an unknown location.
Was it a portal inside the ship or was it outside the ship and the whole ship?
Inside the ship, in the circle.
Okay.
And as you are all
I'm
flying,
seeing all of the lights right now.
it is 2001: A Space Odyssey. As you are
gamer
all
portal.
falling through, that is where we will end this episode of Secrets Between the Stars.
Woo!
Thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we did. Like I said earlier, if you want to support us, follow us at UGT Show on all social media platforms. That's a great help. If you're watching on YouTube, leave us a like and a comment. Those are like the biggest things that you can do, and they're completely free. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to help us out anymore, $5 a month gets you access to our Patreon, where we have post shows that we will talk about, like the episodes that just happened, like this one. It's a good time. It gets you like 3-4 hours extra content each month for $5 a month. Sunday, we have our Strange Aeon show, which is our Pathfinder 2e Call of not Cthulhu, not Call, but just Cthulhu rather horror that I am on and Marcus is on. I'm on it
And Sully would
sometimes.
be if
And Sully's not here, unfortunately. She was in chat for a minute with feminism, but
Yes.
she is also on that show as well. It's a great time. I highly recommend it. With that, we will be back next week with another episode of Secrets Between the Stars. We will see you all next week. Have a good one.
Bye.